Hello, I'm McKean Hogan. I am a Part 107 drone licensed pilot. Today I'm going to be talking about how drones perform in both hot or cold weather and what is the best idea on how to fly them. First and foremost, hot air rises and is thinner, cold air is heavier and is denser. So as a result, in terms of stability and performance-wise, the drone's propellers and the drone itself will actually perform much better in colder weather because the thicker, denser, cold air gives the propellers more of a base to lift off of. However, there's one other factor we need to factor into this, and that factor is the battery. So I decided to do a fair test and test the batteries both at room temperature and at freezing cold temperatures. So, first off, the room temperature test. I decided to let the drone hover in place until the batteries ran out. Also, I passed the time playing what I believe is my last ever game of Battlefield 1943 before the servers were shut down, which makes it a really bittersweet moment for me. The warm test's time was 28 minutes and 55 seconds. For the freezing test, I left both the battery and the drone in a freezing cold car overnight. That morning I got up when it was still freezing, and just like the room test, I just let the drone hover till the battery ran out. The freezing drone's time was 27 minutes and 25 seconds. So the battery depleted a minute and 30 seconds sooner in freezing conditions. Is there a compromise? Why, yes, you can fly in freezing weather, but you have to make sure that you heat the battery first. You can do this in many ways. First off, if you're just flying at your house or a house of your friend, family, whatever, you can charge the batteries in the house and only bring them out when you're just about ready to fly. Make sure you have some spares though. That will ensure that you have a warm battery, which will retain the lifetime of the warm test, but can fly just as well in the cold weather. But for those wondering, I have a drone job I have to do outside and we're gonna spend a lot of time in freezing weather. How can I heat my battery then? Well, there's a few options that you can do. First off, it's really quite simple. All you need to have is something that will insulate the drone. This drone case could work. Also, you could heat it with a blanket, electric socks, a heated up cooler like those that you would store food in, anything that provides insulation. And make sure to subscribe and share for more drone content.